Okay, so we're making this into separate parts. So this is the second part of 1 Nephi 1. And so last time we went over إن نافي إذ ولدت لأبوين صالحين لكنت شيئا من جميع علوم أبي. Okay, or in other words, I, Nephi, having been born to goodly parents, therefore I was taught somewhat in all the learnings of my father. Okay, this is where the grammar gets fairly difficult, I believe. In my opinion, it gets very difficult. Okay, so, وَلَمَا, now lema most definitely does mean when. It can also mean why or what, but in this case it definitely means when. But in this case, like the other one, it means more of like having, or in the past, it just kind of existed, this time period. And we're saying when, as in acknowledging that we're in this time period and we're moving forward, acknowledging that we're talking in a certain time period, when, that's when. It's like when, but what? I'm describing this very poorly. I apologize. But it's like when you say the difference between what as in a question and, you know, like in Spanish when you say que, what, or lo que, and when lo que is not what. Okay, I'll just continue and hopefully this makes sense. Okay, sorry about that. So, walema kuntu. Kuntu means I was. So we're just establishing here that we're talking about I, and that this is in the past tense. Other than that, that really serves no point to us. We're not literally saying I was in the sentence, because the sentence is, and having seen many afflictions. There's no I was there. We're just saying, this is about me, I, having seen many afflictions. It's I who has seen the many afflictions, and it's in the past tense. So, kuntu. And we got qad. Now, qad in Arabic always means basically have. Okay? So we got this have. And this is where the having seen many afflictions is. Because we're saying having, and we got sadfat, which means to run into or to see. So it doesn't literally translate into seen, as in with your eyes seeing something. But if you think about the context of this verse, are we literally saying seen many afflictions? No, we're talking about like experiencing, running into. So in Arabic, this means run into. But we can refer to it as seeing. Right? So we're saying, وَلَمَا كُنْتُ قَدْ صَادَفَتْ. Okay. And when I was having seen, it just sounds so weird. So we're saying walema, this is the part that really does not fit well, but it grammatically makes sense in Arabic. It doesn't make any sense in English. So it's hard to explain. But these two go together. Just, I'm trying to think of another example. Yeah, they go together. We're saying it was I in the past, so we have to clarify that it's at a certain time. So when I was in the past, having seen, that was really bad writing right there. Let me see if I can write that better. Probably not. That's not any better. I apologize. Okay. That's bugging me. Mahnan, which means afflictions. Okay, mahnan. Kathiratun means many. See, this part translates nicely. Seen, afflictions, many afflictions. Ithnet means during. Now in the scriptures, in English, it doesn't say during. It says in the course of. But in the course of and during are synonymous. So, ithnet, during. Ayami, which means my days. Right? Because ayam means days, and we got the E at the end, which means my days. Iyami. Then we got this again. Kuntu. So and, remember the wa means and. So we got this and right here. And then we got kuntu, which again establishes that it's I in the past. I was. Ma'adalik literally means with that, but together it means still or nevertheless. Not still like still water, but as in no matter what, still. Nevertheless. They're kind of synonymous, I guess. I never really thought of it that way, but they are. وَكُنْتُ مَعَ ذَلِكَ, and I was, nevertheless, أثيرا, favored. So in this case, you notice that the kuntu literally translates in English, I was. In the English version it says, it says having been highly favored. There's no have in Arabic. There kind of is with the qad, but in general, we just say stuff directly in Arabic. I was favored. And this means favored right here. Favored. Oh, my handwriting is so crappy. Ithiran. I was favored. I was nevertheless favored. Kuntu ma'a dhalik ithiran. Aind, which means at. Or in this case, it means of. Rab, the Lord. There's a lot of words in Arabic that have a lot of meanings, depending on the context. Aind is one of them. Aind means at, but you can use it to mean of, and a number of other things. I can never think of examples at the top of my head, but when they come up, I can recognize it and know what they mean. And you should too, once you get the hang of these different examples and how they work. So we got the wa, kuntu, and I was, ma'a dhalik, nevertheless, favored, ithirun, aind, arab, of the Lord. Mada means extension or olive. Extension. In this case, it means all of ayami. Same as here, my days. So let's go over this again. When I was, ولما كنت قد صادفت, when I was in this time, having seen afflictions many, محنة كثيرا, إثناء أيامي, during my days. وكنت, and I was, مع ذلك, nevertheless, أثيرا, favored, عند الرب, of the Lord, مدى أيامي, during my days, of all my days, all my days. Okay, that is the second section of the first verse of the first chapter of Nephi. Hope that made sense. It gets even more confusing, or actually I think it's about as confusing as it gets, hopefully. But yeah, the grammar is weird with the nema kuntu. Just know you see that, you're like, okay, we're talking in past tense. I see that I was. And, oh, I forgot. Some stuff you probably want to know or be reminded of. You see how this ends with a ta? Verbs in the past tense end with a ta, generally. You see how these I was ends with tas, also past tense. Those are good things to look out for. Now, depending on what conjugation it is, like whether it's for I, you, him, her, they, we, is changes. But I think for I and for him or her or it, it's always ends with a T, a ta. So you should look out for that, and it really helps you a lot. Okay, that was the second section of this. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully this is helping a little bit, and I'll post the next one in just a second.